This is one of those videos where I talk about devices that I use in my everyday life and that prove to be very useful. This video is going to be about a dash camera, which is used in cars to record whatever is going on a road. So I'm in the car right now, and my dash cam is attached in the corner of the windshield because the wipers in my car don't clean the central part of the windshield, and so I had to put it here so when it's rainy it can still record a clear picture. These dash cams are usually used to record accidents or any aggression towards you that may happen, and also can be used for parking surveillance. It has some sensors that can detect some impacts on your cars and turn on automatically. This is one of the cheapest cameras, and the casing is pretty good. It's made of good plastic. The camera, which is located here, can rotate around its axis so that depending on the angle of your windshield you can move it up and down and adjust the angle of the camera accordingly. The interface of the camera is pretty intuitive. It's easy to use. It has Wi-Fi. You can connect to your phone and control the camera from the phone via Wi-Fi. A regular 2.4 gigahertz standard connection. In the end of the video I'll show the demos with video recording to see what the quality of the camera is. One of the disadvantages of the camera in terms of its design, I think, is that this part is made of a golden color, and I think that this camera should be made in at least in black to ensure that it's not seen much from outside. You don't want people to see your camera. Let's say someone does something to your car, they should not see that there's a camera, otherwise they will try to break into your car and remove the camera and destroy the camera. You may have situations when people behave aggressively against you and you want to record that too, but in some cases, of course, it's good when people see the camera so they stop the aggressions knowing that they will be recorded on the other hand. Well, so it's up to you, and I prefer to hide the camera. You can see I have here a bit of a different color of the screen of the windshield, and I put it a little bit under this part so that it's not seen very much, and in some cases I would cover this part with the black tape and it wouldn't be seen much from outside. I've been using this camera for a pretty long time now. I can say that it never failed. It has always been recording well. You can choose the duration of the videos. Normally the logic of video recording on such cameras is the whole video is broke into several short videos from 1 minute to 3 minutes, and this is done because of the fact that these cameras can be broken in case of an accident. If your camera gets damaged in the accident, it will probably not be able to record. So if the video is recording all the time, it may fail to save this video to the SD card. So these videos are broken into small pieces so that they get recorded. As for the parking surveillance, I'd say they're not very helpful. If, let's say, someone bumps into your car from behind, the camera will react, but to record the person or the car that bumped into your car, this car should pass in front of you to record the plate of the car, let's say. Or if someone steals something from your car, they may destroy your camera when they're inside, or if they don't see it, they still need to pass by the camera to be recorded. So there are cameras that have two cams that are recording the front and the rear part of the car. They have two cams in one case, but the problem here is that the back side of the car has so many things that actually interfere with the space that the camera probably will not catch. So you need to put another camera on the back of your car so that it records the whole space behind your car. The camera is easy to install. Normally it comes with a transparent film that's put on the shield, and it kinda sticks to the window, and then there is a double-sided tape that sticks to that film and to the cam, so that you don't have to clean out any glue from the glass of the windshield when you remove it. But with time that transparent film goes bad. If you remove it many times, the dust will stick to that film, and in the end you probably will end up using another double-sided tape to just stick this fastener to the glass, and then the camera is fastened to that fastener this way. When the camera turns off, it goes into sleep mode, and it has sensors. When you open the door, it will react to that kind of a movement and will start recording. That's one of the other disadvantages of a camera. But when the car bumps into your car, probably from the front part in my case, it will record that moment. It will turn on automatically if the battery allows. You can hide the cables behind the plastic parts of the car. So in my case it goes all the way from here below this part, and I was able to hide it pretty nicely, and it comes out only here, and I have two outlets, and one outlet is always on in my car and one is only on when the car is on. You can use either one that's on only when the car is on, or the one that's always on, and you should check if it would affect that car battery. The battery in the dash cam is not of a very high capacity, so in general for one night it's enough to have it in idle so that it can turn on if an impact occurs and it needs to record something. So usually I keep it plugged into a USB port that's only on when the car is on. It works for me. Now let's see the buttons.
Xiaomi starts recording. Low battery. Please connect to the car charger.
So I turn on the ignition and it starts charging. It starts recording immediately, automatically. You don't have to push anything. Then you have this button that turns on and turns off the screen. And the menu is pretty intuitive. First button is to turn on and turn off the recording if you want.
Start recording emergency video.
The second button is the emergency video. It records and won't let you stop the recording until it finishes.
Recording complete.
Third button
Xiaomi
is the
stops
menu,
recording.
which tells you which archives you have saved. Normal means the normal recordings that go on all the time. Emergency video is the impacts videos and photos. You can take photos. These buttons are used to move up and down in the menu and exit the menu.
Xiaomi starts recording.
And then you have this one where you can enable the Wi-Fi hotspot, arrange the collision sensitivity, format an SD card, set up the system time, and set up if the screen on the camera should turn on, should be always on, or turn it off at certain time. Language, you have system update, restore factory settings, and advanced settings would be about Wi-Fi settings, automatic turn off, turn on function, recording duration, which could be 1, 2, or 3 minutes, and some graphic settings, sound settings, speaker volume, parking surveillance. It's all about impact sensitivity as well. Even with low sensitivity, it's still, when you open the door, it still starts to record. And the downside of that, it fills the SD card with this kind of videos. So you have less and less space for normal videos. So sometimes it's good to format your SD card. So that's it. Let me turn on the Wi-Fi connection and show you how the application looks like. So I turn it on. Once you choose the Wi-Fi hotspot option, to turn the Wi-Fi on, you need to push this button again. And now you can connect to the signal that comes from the camera with your phone and then turn on the application. So this is the app that is used to connect to the camera. You need to turn on your Wi-Fi first. Now I'm connected to the Wi-Fi signal. Now I need to push the device button, and it will ask me to enable the location service, meaning to turn on the GPS. So I turn on the GPS, and now it will allow me to connect. And it is connected now, and you can see the picture that comes from the camera in real life. You can take pictures. You need to permit this application to take pictures.
Photo taken.
And the camera tells you that the photo has been taken. Then you can check your files.
Xiaomi stops recording.
The camera says that it's stopping to record because when you go into the file folders, it stops to record. And there is a normal folder, which are the videos that are recorded all the time. And then the events folder is the folder that records the impact. And then the parking surveillance folder is when the parking surveillance function is triggered and the video is recorded at that moment. Usually again another impact, or when you open the door, and the photo that you're taking.
Xiaomi starts recording.
I left the folders, and now the camera tells me that it has started recording again. In the menu, the same menu that you've seen on the camera is here. And you can go through those options. They're all very easy to understand. And you see any words that you don't understand here, it's always easy to go and check them online on the internet. So as I said, these videos are split into multiple files of 1, 2, or 3 minutes. You can choose how long each file should be. 3
Xiaomi stops recording.
minutes, for
Xiaomi
example.
starts recording.
2,
Xiaomi stops recording.
1. I choose to
Xiaomi stops
record
recording.
a 1-minute file, because then it's easy to search for the file you need when you have a 1-minute file. Collision sensitivity, you can turn it on, or you put it on high, on low mode. Parking surveillance also can be low, high, or turned off. You can also choose when to turn off the camera when the car stops. Let's say you park the car, the camera, thanks to its sensors, will detect that the car has stopped and will start counting minutes, and depending on the options, will turn off after a certain period of time. Or you may choose not to turn it off automatically at all, but then the camera will have to be connected to a power outlet, which is always powered, and this is charging the camera. So the application is easy to use, all menu options are easy to understand. This is a pretty good camera. The quality of the images are not so bad, even at night. Now I will show you some videos that were recorded in different driving conditions.